Welcome to the Standpoint. Yes. We are still in the political season. The countdown is on to election 2016, December 7. You know, when her name was mentioned, a lot of people were surprised, but others were not, because those who know her to be really principled and get upset about certain things that are not going on right in our society. My guest today is the vice presidential candidate of the PPP, Progressive People's Party. My name is Gifty. Welcome to the Standpoint. Let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress was made for me by Ophelia Crossland Designs. My beading accessories always by Matilda Hood Couture. I say thank you to all my supporters. Thank you to Paba Cosmetics, 6 years of supporting us. And these are organizations headed by women. And Makeup and More applies the makeup, also headed by a woman. We'll be back.
The things you do for me, nobody can do. The miracles you bring my way, you blow my mind, oh.
I'm a mother and take so much delight in seeing that my kids are healthy. Want to know my secret? It's Kidix syrup. It's a multivitamin syrup full of vitamins and minerals which boost their immune system and increase their appetite for food. Kidix syrup is recommended for children between 6 months to 12 years. It's available at Oson's Chemist, Lanza Chemist, and all pharmaceutical shops throughout the country. Jukat Pharmacy, located in Kaswa, is the sole distributor for Kidix syrup. For bulk purchase, please call 0244 560 296. Kidix syrup, the perfect growth and appetite tonic for children.
Odo, ayo best my power. Koswanum tinated venicare what? When you say tinated venicare, and unkwane bibidra. Clinically, no, ya testing with Department of Pharmacology and Microbiology at University of Ghana on Medical School.
Sir?
Omudu stamp with say by Minia, num tinated venicare what?
Hey, tinated ambassador.
Abuaye papa. Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tinated in Europe.
There is this new generator set we would like to introduce to you in this era of power outages.
I hope this time around you're going to give us something better.
Yes. Let's go out and have a test run.
Call this box a generator? Get a quality one from Anointed Electrical Engineering Services.
Come to Anointed Electrical Engineering Services for a permanent solution to your power problems. We do 24/7 after sales service, sales of spare parts for all generators and cables, and we repair all generators even if you didn't buy from us. Locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House off of Doko Malam Main Road. Anointed, the generator experts.
Okay, welcome back. If you just joined us today, our guest is the one and only Madam BRIGITTE Dzogbenuku. She is the vice presidential candidate of the PPP, Progressive People's Party. Now, before then, she was heavily into mentoring. We've had her on the Standpoint a few times, all the time talking about mentoring and how important it is to mentor young women, you know, to pursue their dreams and to get it right and to avoid some of the mistakes that we have made and our mothers made in times past. And then she was announced as a running mate to Dr. Parkwesi Indum. And the excitement, we couldn't handle it. And as a gender advocate and a gender platform, I can't wait to call her Madam Vice President. That would be nice.
It would be indeed.
Welcome back to The Standpoint.
Thank you, Gifty. Thank you for having me.
What has changed now?
Oh,
In your lifetime, your lifestyle, everything?
My playful life is gone. I don't have time to play anymore. So that's sadly gone. But I am trying to keep things as normal as possible.
Is that possible?
At the end of the day, you go to your home and you carry out the duties that are required in your home. So I have a son and I have my mother who lives with me. And currently I have no help. I have my assistant Eunice who helps a lot.
So you still go to the market?
Since I was announced, I think I've been once or twice. Yes, twice I've been to the market.
And how was the reception at the market when people saw you?
Only a few of them made the link.
Okay.
Only a few of them made the link at the time. But after that, I went in my my PPP colors with the cloth. So then, okay. So and then by which time they had seen me on TV, so they started, why, you know, things like that. Yeah.
Now, don't tell me that you're going to stop the Zomi thing because, okay, I still see that.
Certainly
before, one of the things you were doing was, you know, selling very good Zomi from the women in your village, and then these are some of the canned ones, and I was buying it from the gallon. And you know, when the first thing Nana asked was, "So is she going to stop doing the Zomi?"
No, I've actually been there with Dr. Papa Kwesi to see them. The one reason why I was chosen was because I work with women at the grassroots.
Okay.
So immediately I was announced. I said to him that, look, we have to go and greet the chiefs from my hometown, the people in V. And the women who produce the palm oil are in V. So Dr. Papa Kwesi said, my interest is in the work you do there. So we stopped and sat with them and watched them do the oil. They were captured on camera and some were interviewed. And they actually presented Dr. Endom with a gallon of choicest Zomi. So I'm still in it. We still bring the Zomi from them.
Were you that traditional for you to say that you should go and greet the chiefs in your village?
Yes.
Were you that rooted in your...
Yes. That's one thing people don't know. My family, we come from Cologne. My grandfather's house is there. And my parents, my father and my mother come from Cologne. And my father would take us to the village during the holidays, especially during Easter and during the long vacation. Sometimes he would go and dump us there and pick us up after a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And we would go to the farm with my grandfather. And maybe I should tell you a little story about going to the farm. You'd wake up at dawn. And my mother would make sure we wore long trousers enough to cover most parts of your body and wear your canvas shoes, as we used to call them at the time.
Yeah.
And we'll form one straight line and, you know, follow the...
Are you holding cutlass or who?
I don't remember carrying a tool.
Okay.
But maybe my brothers and my sister did. Or you'd probably carry a bucket or some sacks or something. And you go with the farm workers and my grandfather. And then you go and spend all day there. They would weed. Then they would say, oh, there are yams over there. Then somebody will head you out and you go and carry the yams and bring them back to the farmhouse. And it's the same yams that they would boil and make fresh pepper from picking the pepper from the farm there. And really hot pepper. And you would eat it with a yam. And continue picking things from the farm till mid-afternoon.
So you know and understand rural life?
Yes. Yes, you wake up in the morning, you go to the riverside. I don't know, there's not much of... I think it's still there, the river is there. Cologne is called Cologne because it's next to a river called Koloi.
Okay.
So it's Koloi next to the river Koloi. And that is where we used to get our water from.
Now, I don't even know how to call you now. Honorable.
No,
Bridget.
It will be Her Excellency when it's time.
It's time, you see? Oh, I thought you were going to clap. You know, have always seen you as prim and proper. Some wonder how you fit into core politics. You sing as a no-nonsense kind of person.
That is what politics ought to be. You should be no nonsense. You should stand for principles. You should stand for something. That is what politics ought to be. And only because our politics has been, you know, if I can use the word denigrated, it's been left to anybody to do what they like, and laws are not being enforced, and you know, but our politics ought to be run with values and principles. And if they say I bear those values and principles, I thank God.
Have you had some shocks so far?
Not yet, but I don't want them. Not what when you say shocks
like, you know, things you hear people say, and you know, name calling, and you know,
no,
trying to,
thankfully,
you know,
not. If they are saying it, I haven't heard it.
Right.
And I think the best thing to do is have your focus on what you want to achieve, and you know, whatever they say. Yeah.
Well, we are all politicians, as they say, but you weren't known as a partisan politics kind of person. Now,
I've never been a partisan politics kind of person, and indeed, I have often asked myself, what if one day you don't agree with the PPP? And we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So you are that kind of person that you think if there are issues that, or things that PPP is doing, a PPP government, you'll be able to stand up and speak up against it.
Yes, I think what I like about the PPP is this. I don't see any vindictiveness. I don't see that, you know, I'm going to be victimized for standing for my principles. And I made that known from the get-go.
Okay.
Listen, I stand by my principles and I will not go against them. And if that's fine with you, let's roll.
Right.
So I'm comfortable here with the PPP. I don't know whether I would have had that comfort with other parties. So I wasn't partisan, yes, but when I was asked by the PPP, and I spoke to a few of them and saw what their policies were.
Right.
And, you know, these are practical things that ought to be done for the country, not any, you know,
try and error kind of thing. As they say, ma try, ma kwe.
Yes, or, you know, lofty ideas in the sky kind of thing. No, these are practical things, and they are aligned with what I would want for Ghana. I thought, why not?
Bridget, you and I have virtually put our necks on the line for women and said that, oh, as for this woman, oh, as for this one, we believe. And they have gone and somehow disappointed us due to political decisions and how do you call it, the towing of political. What do you think you can do differently? Should
like
the party
I said
win?
a few minutes ago, I will not condone wrong. I have heard people say, how could she do that, or how could she say that, or, and it's not easy standing in
by your principles,
your principles, especially, you know, we are all not perfect. So someone might have compromised herself somewhere a little bit, and now that is what they are holding her to. That if you go against us, we'll tell the whole world this happened. And that is difficult. That is difficult. So I think what we ought to do as women, and it's more difficult for us women than men. Because a man will do it and, he's a man, it's okay, but this thing happens. But a woman, they'll turn it out, inside out, up and down, and, you know. So we must try to just be what we are as women. And I keep saying that the one reason why Hillary Clinton may have lost against Barack Obama in the first try was because she was trying too hard to be a white male.
Right.
Yes. She was trying too hard to be a man.
A man.
You know.
Yeah.
This time around, she was the white woman that she is. And immediately you see the authentic person, and you could relate to her better. So sometimes it's just be that woman, feel like the woman you are and use we have such strong instincts.
So as a woman, you don't have to be a man or manly to succeed.
No, we have our qualities and we have our strengths, and the one thing we are endowed with as women is our instincts. We are able to think. You see a woman sitting there and she's thinking, and she's able to use her thoughts to her own advantage.
Right, so you're watching The Standpoint. The Standpoint is sponsored by Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the generator expert, African Women's Development Fund. They support African women's rights organizations across Africa. They've been doing this for the past 15 years, and they've been supporting us, and they make it possible for us to stay on air, and have been on air for over 8 years now, and we are grateful to them. Thank you to Leap Tomato Paste and of course Tinated Herbal. They produce the Tomacare and Venacare and all the herbal based medicines that have been approved by the necessary authorities. We take a break. When we come back, we will continue this conversation.
The things you do for me, nobody can do. The miracles are bring my way, in my mind,
Mid-dog, what's the day? What?
Odo, I your best my power.
Tinated tomac mixture. Oh, be only us and you for every being yasem. Sana tinated malakeno so. Etu malaria, tipaye, stress, and unam yao biase.
Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tinated in you.
Ayo Busen Chamfa.
GDA Concepts, producers of the Standpoint TV program, is offering the following services. Studio space available for rent for video shoots and conferences with seating capacity of 120 people at an easily accessible location. Standby generator available. Conference chairs also available for hiring. Sale and rental of Sony Z7 cameras. You can also contact us for video coverage for events, event organization, documentaries, TV commercials, etc. Locate us at 55 Olympic Avenue, Kokomlemle, near Joy FM. Call 050-133-9642 or 0544-844-122.
Welcome back to The Stand. Remember, this program is also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235, which is across Western Europe, parts of Canada, Asia, and North Africa. Our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, is powered by Dream Oval. Thank you to all our supporters. Yogurt. And as a woman, you know that yogurt is good for you. If your doctor hasn't told you, or a health professional, just Google it. You know the benefits of yogurt, especially for women and young people. Awake Purified Water. For every bottle of Awake Purified Water you buy, they contribute 1 Ghana Peswa to the National Cardiothoracic Fund. So it's for a very good purpose. My Stream Decor just made these antique, beautiful things for us. And the pots are from Matamis. Matamis is in Tema, Gulf City. So the number is always on the Standpoint. You can get it. And thank you to House of Food, Auntie Vera. Thank you so much for your support. Cake Technique, ever faithful. We are grateful to them. And of course, Yep Cleaning Services. They take care of our environment. So, Bridget, any regrets so far?
No regrets at all.
You think you made the right decision by accepting?
Yes. Possibly the only day I felt overwhelmed and what have I done is the day I was announced. Because I knew there was going to be an announcement and I knew there was going to be media, but I wasn't told the details of it.
Yeah.
So suddenly here I was with so many mics in my face and so many questions and everybody expecting me to speak one language or other on, for a record. And it was sudden. And then it was like, you have to be at this station, you have to be at that station, you have to be at this station. And it continued the next day. So I think after the next day when I went home, I fell into my bed and I cried my heart. I said, what have I done? What have I gone and done? But after that, it's been wonderful. Yeah, it's been, you know, I've been
So
to
what
places.
is your assessment of the real Ghana, especially? Because really, no matter what, we see you as carrying the women constituency. We gather around you because we're expecting what this woman too can do. So what is your assessment?
You know, Ghana, our needs are simple. You know, our needs are simple. We went to a place called, it was a market town, Ahomahomaso.
Okay.
And to get to Ahomahomaso, we went over some very bad roads. And yes, when you get to Ahomahomaso and you see the food that is there, and you're thinking, how does this food get out of here? Then you start feeling sorry for those women there trying to get their food to the next big town and the next big, because this is their livelihood. So when I say our needs are simple, it's just a matter of that road being fixed. Right. Because indeed, as we went from, we were moving from the Akosombo area.
Right.
I'm still getting to know the names of my constituencies, but Fantiakwa. I think it was.
You know, the customer is Sojamai.
Sojamai. Yes, from Sojamai we went to Fantiakwa.
You mean you came to Sojamai, you didn't come to Edumasa? We'll revoke your visa.
You were not there, that's why.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
If you were there.
You would have come. Okay.
Yes. So, the road to get there, along that road, we saw a truck that had yams and had broken down. The tire was off or something, was askew, and a few tubers of yam. And I was thinking, whose wares are these? And, you know, what is the future for this person? So those are some of the things that touch me. Another thing is when the town is really off the beaten track and you get there and there's no school, immediately you look around. These are things that concern us women because there are children. And you're thinking, what is the future for this child beyond this town? Because the road was Sampoho. The road from the junction to the town where we went, or the village where we went, is dusty, is pockmarked, and it's about half an hour, 45 minutes from the main road. How does it, so a child doesn't even get to see a car drive past. So how does he even start to dream to want a car? You know, or if there's a school there, maybe it's only it's only basic school, class 6 or whatever. So the next JSS is miles away. He doesn't even aspire to say, I want to go to JSS. So then by the time that child is, what, 12, 13, that is the end of education for him. You know, and these are the things that touch us. No health facility, or then they have to go, if there's no health facility immediately in that area, then it means that if somebody is in labor, for example, and it's complicated, then they put them in one of those tricycles and drive over this pockmarked road before they get to the main road, before they, you know, these are the things that touch us as women.
I was going to come to that because remember one of the programs we had on the standpoint, we talked about, you know, how you talked about nobody told you how painful it was when you are breastfeeding and sometimes. So I was going to, when you see a pregnant woman in such a village where virtually no road, what comes to mind? What?
Pray for her. You know, that there's no complication, that, you know, amazingly, these people are survivors. They are survivors. So they have children. There are children there. The unfortunate thing is, some of them lose their lives or lose the babies during pregnancy, but they will fall pregnant again. That is the way they think, live, right? But it can't continue like this. And the good thing is when we go to the markets, particularly with and the PPP has a number of female candidates, so they take us around and we do market visits. The women are very happy to see us. They're, oh, Oba, you know, she will understand us. She's one of us. These are the people we should look out for so that their work goes on well, their trade goes on well. And when their children are of age, they must also have some work to do. Otherwise, if they don't see the point of educating their children because they are going to end at class 6 or as JSS, then they would rather say, you know what, school no jai, stop and come and let's go to the farm, or because they don't see a future. You see, but when you tell them that, we're bringing the schools, we're bringing the continuous education, it's free, and it will be free until SS. And they know that if this person finishes, and indeed, as Dr. Indom says, the jobs will be there. In our districts, there'll be a job to be. Then they start to feel that, oh, there's a future for us.
Wait, you're well-traveled. You were based in Accra, Vey, you remember, those days in the village and all that. But going round and getting in touch with these women and witnessing these stories firsthand, how has it changed your perception about this whole thing about women striving to make a difference, women striving to empower other women, women striving to let their voices be heard and be key players at the scheme of things?
It's changed it. If anything, it's deepened it.
Okay.
And it has taken my focus away from the city, from Accra. We tend to think around us, around our life, and think, this is it.
This is it.
When you go below, or let's say on a different level, lower class, if you like.
Or as you politicians say, grassroots.
Grassroots.
Yeah.
And you see, their needs are really basic. It is good for us politicians, economists, whatever, to talk about GDP and inflation, but at the end of the day, the person must understand what GDP is.
Yes.
How does it feed into my life on day-to-day basis? Because these people are having to live from day to day. Today is over. Tomorrow, what shall we eat? Tomorrow, what shall we drink? Where will we get water to have our bath? Things like that. And those are the things we have to think about. When we know of this Galamsey sketch, for example, and nobody is thinking how it affects women. Let me tell you how it affects women and girls. It's mainly the women and girls who go and fetch water. Our rivers are polluted. It's mainly women and girls who do laundry. They can't do laundry in that water. If you see the color of the water, it's like the wall behind you. It's mainly women and girls who do cooking. Same here. Which water do they use? So then women and girls have to travel a little further to find water it means that the girl child is likely not to go to school or not to go to school on time. So these are the things.
And when she's late, she'll be caned, and so she'll be scared she won't go to school.
Yes, So, and little things. It's women and girls. There's the girls who get their periods. If there's water not readily available, she'll have a bath once a day, or maybe not.
Yeah.
You see? And these are the basic things I've become one politician. Must think about. It's the basic things. And unfortunately, if we leave only the men to do it, they don't know this.
Do you think you're winning the votes of Ghanaians? Or the trust, as in winning the trust, that's the word, the trust of Ghanaians.
We are, you see.
Because as you say, Ghanaians are getting very frustrated with and disappointed in politicians. There's this, attitude of they are all the same.
Well, we went to Medina and I heard a slogan. Since you're asking me whether we are winning, it said PPP, Eba Shockable.
Oh, okay.
So they might be disappointed in some politicians, but not the PPP.
Do you really believe you can win? PPP can win?
We do. More and more, I believe so.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll continue. I think she deserves an applause. Shockable. I like that. And well, let me say thank you to our sponsors, Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the Generator Experts, African Women Development Fund, AWDF. They support African women's rights organizations across Africa. They've been doing this for over 15 years now. Thank you to Tinatet Herbal and Grand Rice. They produce lip tomato paste, and Tinated produces the Venacare and the Tomacare and all the cares. Thank you to GTP for my cloth. My dress was made for me by Ophelia Crossland Designs. My accessories, beading accessories, always by Matilda Hood Couture, and my extreme decor, because everything unique here is by them. And thank you to Paba Cosmetics for my makeup, applied by Makeup and More. We take a break. When we come back, the discussion continues.
The things you do for me, nobody can do. The miracles are in my way, in my mind, oh.
Live, live. Hi. One can. Me buy in a to for dinner.
LEAP.
Lip tomato paste. What else is that?
Honey, when it's a little tomato paste, they are there. It's so be so.
Don't want to say
Madam, the food tastes very good. What's the secret?
LEAP.
Lip. Lip tomato paste. Emma Edouani de Papa.
For bulk purchase, contact 050-140-1088.
Middo, what's the day? What?
Odo, I your best my power. Cause one num Tinated Venicare what? When you say Tinated Venicare, and no one near bibidra. Clinically, ya testing with Department of Pharmacology and Microbiology at University of Ghana on Medical School.
Sir?
Omudu stamp with say by Minia, num Tinated Venicare what?
Hey, Tinated Ambassador.
Abuya Papa. 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tinated in Europe.
Thank you very much. Welcome back. And once again, today I have in the audience members of Women of Substance and then Mentoring Women Ghana. Welcome to the studio. Good. Now, Bridget, the last time you were on, which is this year, this year, you were here with your mentees and we heard their stories and how you were impacting their lives and linking them up. How do they feel about you now becoming a core politician?
Well, I've had congrats from them on phone, by our Facebook page, and that's all I've got. And a few of them have offered to assist where it's needed. Some of them are actually, one of them particularly has decided to join the party in Tamale and help work with us. And I think a lot of them are like that, campaigning in their little way, trying to get more people to support because they know me personally. So, it's been good.
Okay. Do you trust the women electorate to be behind you?
Yes, I do. Why not? Yes,
because
I do.
You know, we've always had this perception that women don't vote and women don't support women.
Well, women don't vote because there hasn't been a woman like me standing. That's true.
Right.
When has there been a woman vice presidential candidate? There hasn't been.
There were few. There's been a few.
There was Eva Loco.
There was Eva Loco.
Yes.
There was a PNC one some time ago.
Really?
A lady, yes. There was a PNC lady. She was a teacher also.
It's so amazing that you can't remember her name. And neither can I. I wonder why. Yes. But the point is, I've worked with girls and when I've done mentoring. Much as I hate to mention it, and they mention it all the time, I've been a beauty queen for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I think that, thankfully, thank God, I relate to people fairly well.
Right.
I hope if I've rubbed some people raw, I hope that I've made amends somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
But it's not about the person as much as what I stand for and what the party I'm vice presidential candidate for, what it stands for.
Right.
So I think that now women believe that women can.
What is the one thing that will make you get up one day and say, enough, you know, I won't be the vice president of this country anymore? If your party should win and they become Madam Vice President.
If I have to lie, if I have to tell a blatant lie that I know is a lie, I won't do it. I can't.
Are you that principled?
It will show. You know, that's the thing about me. If I'm lying, my face, it will show. My body language will show it. My eyes will show it. And if I have to do it, or if I have to go and insult someone, you know, if I have to go and sit on air and say something insulting about, you know, those are things I won't do.
Those are things you won't do?
No.
And what is the one thing that you miss?
What do I miss?
Yeah, in your previous life.
I miss a lot of, it's hard going away for a week and more away from my son.
Right.
Yeah. I miss not playing tennis as regularly as I used to. And after tennis, hanging out at the club, you know, like I used to.
But you still, even when you are traveling, when Belinda tells me, oh, we are here, I see you post a comment on Facebook, Venice is, or Serena is winning or something. You follow?
Watch, when I get to watch it. I mean, on one of the trips, we got there late. I had in the US Open, which recently played, because we are 4 hours ahead of them, you know, you catch the matches late, and I mean, if I've got it, why not watch? And it helps you relax, you know, so those are the things I do to relax. So I miss playing myself, but if I can catch it on TV, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I miss my regularity as my church, Accra Church,
right,
and sitting in my usual position there. So there's not one thing a
few things.
Maybe I miss the freedom to get up and go.
Right.
Because I get up. I need to go to Accra Mall. I get up and go.
Yeah.
I need to. That freedom. Yes.
Too. Now you have to tell them where you are at what given time?
Not necessarily, but there are certain places they say, oh, but you can't go, but you have to go with your security escort or whatever. I think Ghanaians are generally, and I hope that these are not my famous last words before somebody comes to hit me over the head.
You know.
But I think Ghanaians are generally safe people, if I can put it that way. But I miss that. I miss my life.
So we have some few weeks to elections. Things are heating up. You still have a few places to visit. What is your message to Ghanaians, especially those at the voting age?
I would say, look at your life and see how you want it developed and vote by that. You want your life to grow. Maybe you should in retrospect, look at your life 4 years ago and see where it is now, and have a goal or a vision of where you would want it to be in 4 years. And when you look at those who are promising you and those who have done, you will know who to vote for.
You will know who to vote for. And of course, we are mobilizing support for women in parliament and whichever political positions that we want. And we are not asking for just women, but women who we know can do the work.
Indeed.
Women who are competent.
Yes.
Women we can trust. Women we know can stand up and say, this is wrong, this is concerning a woman, and therefore I'll stand up for that woman.
True. Yes.
And we are trusting you.
Please do. Everybody. Yes. Vote for a woman if you're a woman, or vote for a party that has a woman as a vice presidential candidate. There's only one.
So we have a little package for you from
nice.
JSN Ventures. They distribute, or they are the main distributors of tropical sun products.
Oh,
and it has
wow.
everything. It's gluten-free. It doesn't have all the things that we eat that gives us all the problems that we don't need as women. It's very healthy products.
Is it made in Ghana though?
No, it's not made in Ghana.
Okay.
But the main distributor is a Ghanaian for West Africa. Is a Ghanaian.
We'll
She's
find
MFA.
ways of making it in Ghana so you
So
can
that
distribute.
that's all. And then we also have a packet from Leap Tomato for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, tell your son that mommy's been away, but mommy still loves him, and you should understand that mommy is working for Ghana now. Mommy now belongs to the whole of Ghana.
You see, yes, soon.
Yeah, soon. So he can't have mommy to himself, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Gifty.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to having you here again after elections.
Yes, as vice presidential candidate. But as a vice president, not a candidate anymore.
As a vice president.
As a vice president.
And now gladly for Madam Vice President, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I know you will do it. I know you will come.
Yes, I'll come.
I know that.
I will.
So all the best.
Thank you very much.
And we are praying, and we are all holding you up there, looking up to you.
Yes.
That you will take Ghanaian women to where we want to be.
Intensify the prayers. It
Amen.
helps.
Yes, it
Thank
does. We take a break. When we come back, I give you a bit of me. Humility is a beautiful thing. Being true to yourself, who you are, and letting people accept you for who you are is the best gift you can give to yourself. Life is hard enough. Don't pretend to be something you are not. If you watch the full program and you listen and looked and watched Bridget, you realize that at least she hasn't changed yet. I've had moments where Bridget will send me messages in my inbox saying, you said this, check it. You didn't spell this word correctly. This sentence was wrong. This comment you made, are you sure you want it to be known, or you want it to be seen or publicized out there? Remember who you are. Be careful. You know, somebody always looking out for you. And if we can do that as women, look out for each other. Hold each other's hand even as we strive to hit this glass ceiling and break through it. Somebody once said it on the standpoint. The first woman to get up there, don't forget to bring the ladder down so that other women can use it to climb up. Election 2016, we pray and hope that yes, we'll support the women, but when they go, they should not forget where they are coming from, why we voted for them, and why they are there. As always, my name is Ohineye Gifty Auntie. I always believe in doing my best and leaving the rest to God. Above all, I have super crazy faith in God. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.